So this morning we are talking about the book kit list that is currently hosted on the wiki, and our goal is to find a new home for that will work for everyone and allow them to be able to maintain their book kit holdings in a fairly painless manner that is accessible to everyone who needs to find it. And when we were discussing this a few months ago, Nancy Schmidt, the director of the Laurel Public Library, had a suggestion that Eli, the tech librarian at Laurel, could share the spreadsheet that he worked on, and that might be a solution for our group. And Eli is with us this morning to give us a tour of the spreadsheet, and then we can talk about we feel like this would meet our needs and be able to transition away from the wiki. So I'm going to turn it over to Eli.
All right. Hi, everybody. Give me 1 second here. All right. Can you all see my screen?
Yeah, we're seeing the Zoom
Okay.
page.
Got it. All right. So this is the front end of the sheet I put together. This is actually the input side. So for this part, let me get down. There's a lot of book kits here. You would basically just put in, a date acquired, and that's mainly for sorting. So you can kind of put in whatever for kits you've had for a while. Title, author, number of copies. If you put in an ISBN, it will generate a link, which will replace the name in any of the printable sheets. So like this is like a final product that comes out of it. And with any of that, you can just click through. It'll take you to Goodreads, so people can get a description of the book, because that was something that I had a lot of requests for. You can set your preferences, to sort by title, all that. It will make every line that's within a certain number of days bold, so you can see newer editions. Basically, it's just taking everything you put in and sorting it and making it look nice. I did add a function where you can sort it by whatever owning entities are in there. Yeah, that's basically what I've created. If anybody has any questions.
Did I see a section where you have the phone number of the entity there?
Yes. So this one is actually just our local one. This is basically identical to what everybody would have, except your input would, just be yours. The printable would just be your library, but in the all library one, it's actually combining everybody's list into one and sorting it again. And that will have like the phone number off to the side. I can have it as a phone number. I can have it as an email, whatever your preferred contact would actually be. It actually will even be a clickable email link where it'll put a set subject for the email when somebody wants to send one. So it's just however you would want people to contact you for it. There is also a public one I set up, and that one, right now we're the only library in it, so this is what the front page would look like, but you could pick a library out of it and it would kick you over to there when you click the link. And this is the one I would advise for public facing links.
Austin put a comment in the chat box.
Searching titles by genre would be hard just because you'd have to input all that information, and most books will fit several genres. That's something where in the future, if I could get access to things through like Blue Cloud, I might be able to put it together, but it would definitely become very complex. And I think it might overload the sheet if I get that many search calls. And there are potential limitations to this as to how big it can get, because there's a lot of cross-referencing going on.
I think
Anything else?
this is what I'm looking for as a library. This is Wadsworth Library. This is exactly what I'm looking for. So it looks good to me.
All right. And so I guess the only thing I would say we really need to agree on for this is like naming conventions. Like we've always done our list as first, last, author name. That'd be something where, if somebody else was doing it, last comma first, it would mess with the sorting, because if I were to change that over now when everything's going by author, then obviously it would be a mix of last name, first name.
One of the things I've seen when I'm requesting books, it seems like the libraries are going by the title of the book when I say, so I need this book. And they
Right.
ask, it's more for, I want the title rather than the author. But I'm assuming there are some that want to go by author.
Yeah, I did have one that yesterday. She's like, "Well, whatever you have by Ivan Doig." so it does happen. But once they're sorted, it's kind of easy to kind of go through, and you're looking for a title and it's alphabetical, so should be able to find it, or at least where it should be. If it's not there, nobody has it.
So just a clarification question,
Mhm.
just to thinking going forward, because thank you very much. I think this is going to be easy and very useful to everyone. This is Dawn from Glendive, but
Okay.
So people have to be careful though, not to accidentally erase or change what a different library put in, correct? Because it's going to be able to be revised.
No, that's actually not going to be possible. So
Oh, good, good, thank you.
yeah, basically, I would be the owner of every single sheet as far as Google is concerned. You guys would be contributors. And with that comes all the protections that I've put in. Like you can't edit the hyperlink column. You actually can't edit anything other than these 4 boxes and preferences, and anything in these 4 columns on input, or A through F. You can't actually, you wouldn't even be able to fully delete a line. You would have to, if you wanted to remove a kit, you would just have to select what you can edit and blank it out.
Wonderful, thank you.
Yeah.
So could you explain to, I mean, I don't have any kits to input. How does a library go about adding to this list?
So first I would have to bring you in. So all I would need from you is some sort of Google account to make you a contributor on. And then when you're signed in, you would be able to add to the input page. So you would just, put in a date, put in a title, put in an author, put in a number of copies. This is a drop down that I will generate all the entries for you on your sheet. So it'll be unique to you. And then ISBN, you can usually just scan the book. And the only reason I have a link over here is because that allows you to quickly test the link, because sometimes Goodreads doesn't have that ISBN on record. So you can go and substitute an ISBN if you know one for a different version of the book. But Yeah, pretty much you would just open up your version and fill in a line when you need to.
So,
So do
and
we-
then it will just be shared your email, so just so that we can be a contributor, so we can send that information to you.
Yeah, you would actually, I mean, I'll give you, you'll have a link to it, and whatever you put in on your version, like when I give you guys a copy, this would be a blank page, really, because you wouldn't have put anything in yet. But and this one would still have everybody else's stuff in it, everybody who's added, because it's a consolidated list of everybody, and it will if you're looking for just things within a federation, specifically like federation owned or something, then you could be able to identify that. Under preferences, you could set filters specifically to that, and that filter will persist. You don't have to set it each time or anything. It is still a spreadsheet that's being cloud saved every time you make an edit. So whatever your last settings were when you left, it'll be that way when you come back. And I am willing to help any libraries with this, since I am an owner, I do have the most direct access to all of them. They'll be stored on my Google Drive. And so if you're having problems with something, I would be able to go in and edit it with you. Anything else?
Does anyone else have any other comments or anything else you feel that you need to know?
This is Bill from Sheridan. So how would book clubs access this?
So you would just put a link somewhere for them to go to. With this one especially would be a good one to give book clubs, all that, mainly because they aren't going to see you doing your changes in real time, stuff like that. It'll take a second for it to update when you actually add things. But you would just kind of grab a copy the link, and if they go to the link, they won't be able to change anything. But when you go to the link, as long as you're signed in the contributor account, then you'll be able to make the edits that are necessary. This list specifically here, though, this is like my list that is consolidating everybody's information to specific tabs. And so this would be a good one to link off to, I would think.
Okay.
This is Alyssa from the Lewistown Public Library. I'm sorry I got here a little late, so you might have already addressed this. This looks lovely. What we're really looking for here, at least with our book club groups, is something that we can sort by genre, because most times book clubs are reading specific genres and they're only interested in those genres. Like I lead the sci-fi and fantasy group, and so it would be wonderful and I think effective to have a genre tag in this list as well. I know those can be kind of subjective, but otherwise it's a little too much to sort through. Genre and whether they're adult or YA kits are the two things I have marked on my private list that I have as a similar format.
Yeah, so we did talk about this earlier. What I was saying is it's being able to sort it by genres would be very complex. That would, I mean, I have some concerns that if we really start to load this up, that it may break. Um, but with genres, I can almost guarantee that will be enough information to break it. No. Just
I'm happy to go over how I structured mine sometime off list if you'd like.
okay, yeah, you have it in a spreadsheet format.
Yep, I have it in
Yeah.
a Google sheet that filters things for me. So
Yeah, and that is something I would be interested in.
great. I will
My
get in touch
biggest-
with you about that.
okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, my biggest concern with this is just there's a lot of cross imports. Like there is actually a master spreadsheet that I haven't showed anybody because it's layers of complexity doing range imports, because these are all being like there's like hidden pages and stuff I have like that, and that's setting up the sort initially. Kind of the programming of it. I'm kind of cheating a database out of this, but go ahead.
Well, this is Susie McIntyre from Great Falls Public, and somehow I had the wrong time in my thing, so I'm late as well. And maybe we're talking about this later, but so is my understanding that the spreadsheet is just to be able to see what's available, and it does not do anything for like reserving the kit? You just contact the people. Is that correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Actually having lists of everything checked out and might get kind of convoluted, and yeah. Anything else?
I just think you did a great job.
Well, thank you.
This is what I am more than happy to deal with. We will have a list of, hopefully, you know, if everybody contributes to the book discussion kits, it would be far easier to deal with just this one document. I am more than willing to, you know, contact each library or whatever to reserve a kit, even for the multiple. I have several book discussion groups, so I can deal with this as long as I have a list of who has what.
Yeah, with the local libraries, I've had a lot of success with it because we have a couple in the area around us that pull from our kits pretty extensively, and I've shared links to them, and they've enjoyed it. One of the options that can come up too with the whole genre search thing is because it does link to Goodreads. You know, if somebody sees something they like, they can definitely set up a Goodreads account and, you know, start adding things to their own lists or things they would want to read.
So what are our next steps?
So anybody who wants to participate in this, I would need what emails you would want as your contributing emails, just lists of whatever kind of owning entities you want to be able to set in the input, and contact info that you would prefer everybody to get a hold of you through.
So what is it going to take to go public? So I want to reserve a book. I can access this list.
So at this point, I mean, I already have it public, and everybody would just kind of be brought in. And I would give you a link and you can post that and share it freely, whatever you need to do. Actually have a link to this one on our website.
So in other words, we could just go to the Laurel's website and access a link to access the book discussion kit.
To access the kit specifically, or this?
Yeah,
list?
if I want to check out a kit, I would
Oh,
go to the Laurel's library site and then access a link off of your website. Is that how I would do that?
No,
To bring up-
so the link would be to get the list, and if you see something on the list, then you would want to contact whichever library has
Yeah.
it through the
Yeah,
proper
that's what
means.
I mean is
Yeah, so
I didn't know how I was going to be able to access the list. So I just go to your website and access that link so I can contact a library. Okay.
yeah, and if you were to go to our website right now, the link would actually send you right to this tab specifically because I flagged it for the Laurel tab. And I would, I will email people, and make sure you have a list of links and, what you need to post, what you need to share, and kind of work as tech support if you have any questions, concerns, troubles. 'Cause I've definitely run
So if-
into like one little problem in this, and it's that like if you blank a line out, you will have to go in and fill something in there later, or just have a blank space forever, which the blank space won't show up in any of your printable copies or the total list, but actually deleting the row it will break the list. But nobody has the option to delete the row except me, so I don't think it'll be an issue.
So if we have a bunch of book kits, do you, like Great Falls Public has over 75 book kits. So how do you want that information from us?
However you have it would probably be fine by me. I can kind of preload your guys' lists if that's something that would help.
Well, if you, I want to make less work for you. So, I mean, you've got stuff hidden. So if you, maybe you could just email me a template with the setup that you want.
Right, and I have a
And then
template
we
set up
could-
for that.
Oh, perfect. I'll put my email in the chat and then you can just send that to me and then we will send you a filled in spreadsheet. And you
Okay.
can add it to the.
Yeah, I will definitely be in touch. So I do not have everybody's email. I don't know, Kara, would that be something you would be able to give me?
Yep, I can do that.
Okay. So anybody who wants to participate is absolutely welcome. My only concern is if we start going above like 40 some libraries participating, it'll get risky. But don't.
It doesn't sound to me like we have that many that are interested.
Yeah, that's kind of how I figured it. Aside from that, the only limit I could put is maybe like 25,000 book kits. I estimated it should be able to support.
Yeah, we probably don't have that many.
Yeah. That's pretty much it on my part. I just need emails, really.
Okay, so we can get emails to Eli and he can follow up with you all if you're interested in participating, and then he'll follow up with next steps. So thank you so much for this leadership and work. We really appreciate this.
It's not a problem.
All right, any final questions or comments? Oh, Dawn has put her email in the chat.
Grabbing all those.
We appreciate your hard work.
Thank you.
All right, thanks everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.